I will work on any game anybody wants me to in the future unless it has a stupid story and whack characters. Call me.
Battlefront 2 was a fucking disaster. Anyway, I think the last single-player Star Wars game I played was The Force Unleashed, and ever since then I've been waiting for another story-driven Star Wars game. And I know Force Unleashed 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic were games, but let's not talk about those. So when I saw that Battlefront 2 had its own campaign, I was hyped. And when I saw it was from the perspective of the Empire, I got even more excited. So was it worth the wait?
This destruction is the true face of the rebellion. It's the reason we've been fighting so long.
The Death Star is supposed to blow up entire planets, you fool!
Someone told me once that rebellions are built on hate. I never stopped believing it.
Oh my god, you are a fucking idiot. Oh my god, the Rebel is all about hatred and destruction. Meanwhile, you're building a space station that can blow up entire planets. Oh my god, what just happened? No. So I played through the entire campaign and recorded myself doing it not too long ago, and maybe I'll put it up in parts if you guys want to experience the whole thing without having to give EA money. But for this video, I'm going to try and explain why I think the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign is a load of bollocks. The story follows Iden Versio, commander of Inferno Squad, which is supposed to be this badass special forces group. Towards the beginning of the game, the second Death Star is destroyed by the Rebellion, and Inferno Squad and the Empire must retaliate. And honestly, this is such a good premise. It's always interesting to see what the bad guys are doing when they're losing, and how they plan to get back on top. And the first few missions start off strong. Inferno Squad do some pretty awesome shit, and the missions are fun for the most part. However, it very quickly goes downhill when Iden, who is apparently one of the Empire's finest, supposedly, suddenly realizes, oh shit, the Empire are kinda dicks, and joins the rebellion. And this is when I started to realize something about Iden, something I was afraid of, something that made me unable to see her in any other light. And it's that she's a fucking idiot.
Senator Organa, it's been a while.
Building a republic is busy work.
So is chasing after an Imperial fleet.
Here's how it went down. Iden starts talking shit about the rebellion, saying how they're fucking pussies for believing in hope.
Tell me, Iden, what is the source of their belief?
Hope.
And helps Admiral Versio, who is her father, begin Operation Cinder. And it's quite possibly the dumbest plan I have ever heard in a video game ever. The gist of Operation Cinder is to spread fear throughout the galaxy, to make the galaxy fear the Empire again. So how do they do this? By eradicating one of their own planets. What is this supposed to achieve? The Empire is losing. How is destroying one of their own planets supposed to make anyone fear them? I like to think the rebels are over on Yavin and are like, are those guys fucking stupid? And if this was supposed to be a test firing, why not test it on another planet that isn't your own? All this did was put a strain on the Empire's resources and recruitment efforts, if they have any on that planet, which I assume they do because fucking Iden is from there. And what's even more baffling is that Iden seems to be shocked that the Empire is willing to oppress its own people and destroy planets.
Vardos is our target.
One of them, yes.
Why? The entire planet and its people, they're loyal to the Empire.
The Emperor commands it. We'll purge this planet and others. Fear shall spread and the galaxy will remember who is in control.
This is our home.
The Empire is our home.
She's been with the Empire for years. Otherwise, she wouldn't be the commander of a special forces unit. How does she not know these things? And some of you might argue, oh well, they're destroying her homeworld, and that was the last straw. Then Iden must be a selfish bitch or an ignorant dumbass, because this sure as shit isn't the first time the Empire has killed a ton of innocents. So Iden and another Inferno Squad member called Del Miko leave the Empire and join the Rebels. Except they're like, nah, we're not gonna join the Rebels. Come on, come on. And then like 2 seconds later, they join the Rebels.
Let's take a walk.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, yeah, why not? And the Rebels are somehow super cool with it, despite both of them killing hundreds of their friends and families. Did Leia just get over the deaths of the men and women that fought for her? And by the way, remember that Operation Cinder? Bullshit, that's totally stupid. Well, it's about to get even more stupid. See, the way the Empire eradicates planets is with these super lasers that are shot from multiple satellites. And the only way to stop them is to, get this, shoot them. You just shoot them! They're not shielded, they don't shoot back, and an X-Men can just blow them the fuck up and be on its merry way. And I know what you're thinking, oh, the Death Star is the same way. Well, at least the Death Star you have to fly through a trench and shoot torpedoes into a tiny hole. How is Operation Cinder a plan the Emperor came up with? By the way, the Emperor came up with this plan. How sick of them? And I think that's one of the biggest problems I have with the story. The stakes just aren't there. There's nothing to be worried about. There's no tension. And you can see that from how I was playing through it. At some points, I just stopped caring about everything and started fucking around.
The resources are dwindling.
What's all that chatter?
No, nothing.
Just marveling at the might of the Empire, sir. Rebels don't stand a chance.
Am I right?
Copy that.
Rebels suck. Rebels suck dick, everybody? Can I get a rebel suck dick? Rebels suck dick. Rebels suck dick. Any... No? Okay. Alright. For the Empire, for everything, you know. Hey, how you doing? Can I see what you're doing?
He's still here.
What you working on? Oh, okay, sorry. I'll leave you alone. If the perspective was fixed solely on the Empire and how they were going to come back from the Death Star going up in smoke, then there would be stakes because the Empire was at risk of fizzling out into nothing. And it would have been interesting to see how the First Order came about during this time as well. But for whatever reason, they decided to pull a 180 and focus on the good guys. Making for a bog-standard, boring-ass campaign where the Rebels basically blow up some ships and call it a day. Whoop-de freaking do. And I literally can't express how much I hate Iden Versio. She has zero character. She's a moron. She's an idiot. An ignoramus, a dunce, a dolt, a nincompoop, a jackass, a bozo, a dunderhead, a klutz, a putz, and a motherfucking asshat! And before anyone can accuse me of hating on the actor, first off, shut the hell up. Second off, I think Janina Gavankar, I probably butchered her name, did the best job she could have done with what she was given. As a person, I think she's absolutely lovely. But Iden... yeah, Iden is straight up garbo. And she barely has an arc in the story. She goes from ultimate Empire loyal trooper to some goody two-shoes rebel soldier in less than 12 motherfucking parsecs.
Tell me, Iden, what is the source of their belief?
Hope. The next day.
People like you are the reason hope can prevail. Hope is the reason we're going to win. Welcome to the New Republic.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just ignoring the fact that she's probably killed hundreds of... whatever. She goes from killing rebels to killing her former brothers-in-arms after a 3-minute forced walking segment and a 2-minute cutscene. She's a bad guy until she has to do something bad and then turns good. But thankfully her character, or lack thereof, didn't rub off on any others. For instance, the Inferno Squad member Del Miko. Unlike Iden, he actually has an interesting and believable turn to the light because he meets Luke bloody Skywalker.
So what happens now? We both walk off in separate directions and pretend like this never happened.
I don't think you can. There's still conflict in you.
Of course there's conflict in me. I'm not blind. I know what the Empire is capable of, but what else is there?
A choice.
The rebellion?
No. A choice to be better. May the Force be with you.
Which makes me wonder how they could get it right for a side character, but get it so wrong for the fucking protagonist, who takes up the majority of the campaign's screen time. But thankfully, it was just Iden who suffered from terrible writing. For the most part. Leia was kinda dumb too. The whole story was kinda dumb too. The whole story was really dumb.
Stupid story.
Also, at the time of writing the script, a website called Sci-fi, spelled with Y's instead of I's, published an article titled Video Game Heroine of the Month, Iden Versio, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Which just shit me right off. You should go read the article for yourself if you're in need of a good chuckle, but I'll pick out some of my favorite parts. Versio's dogged determination and steadfast dedication to the Empire make her a formidable opponent and a fantastic leader. Steadfast dedication? She's on the rebel side after about an hour. Portrayed by Janina Gavant. I screwed it up again. Iden is strong, resourceful, and assertive. She fights squarely for the ideals she believes in until they fucking change at the drop of a hat, even when they begin to falter. Like when her faith in the Empire faltered all of a sudden in the span of 5 minutes, began to kill her former brothers and sisters in arms she had fought alongside for years. And if you had to give the Heroine of the Month award to any character, you should have given it to Lily from Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, because unlike Iden, she actually has a fucking arc. And I know she wasn't first introduced in 2017, but there weren't exactly a lot of new heroines in the month of November. Either way, Lily kicks the shit out of Iden in terms of being a decent fucking character. I could go on, but there's another 3 paragraphs in this script. Conclusion, this was a fucking garbage read. But then again, I wasn't expecting much from an article where the top tag is fangirls. Fangirls. People don't actually write it that way. You don't... people don't... You can't... No. No one writes it that way. No one writes it that way. So let's talk about some of the positives I have for this campaign. While I dislike the majority of the missions, there are 3 that I enjoyed. In the first of these 3 missions, you play as Luke Skywalker, who is searching for an observatory used by the Emperor. And hats off to Matt Mercer, as I think he did a spectacular job as Luke Skywalker, captured the character beautifully.
I know who you are. Why'd you help me?
Because you asked.
What is that?
I'd like to keep this compass, if you don't mind.
My mission is to destroy this place. Why would I let you do that?
Because I asked. Thank you.
You also get Miko beginning to turn to the light side, like I mentioned, but also a really cool little bit when Luke finds a compass in the observatory. I'm pretty sure it's the map that BB-8 and R2-D2 put together in Episode 7, which I thought was really awesome. Then again, it could not be, so don't kill me, lore nerds. The second mission is where you play Han Solo, who is looking for an Imperial defector in Maz Kanata's castle that's carrying information on the Empire and Kashyyyk, which is the homeworld of the Wookiees.
Hey, Maz. Pour me another Park Kellen sling.
Not until you pay for the last one.
Come on, you know I'm good for
Oh my god!
I don't know that you're good for anything.
That beard!
Where's my Wookiee?
Apparently the Empire is forcing Wookiees into labor camps or something, which I thought was so interesting, and I wanted to see what Han and Chewie were gonna do. But because this is DICE and EA we're talking about, that plot point goes absolutely nowhere. They mention it multiple times in the mission, and it's never brought up again. I want to see what Han and Chewie are gonna do on Kashyyyk, not go back to fucking Iden in a bullshit mission to be the most bland character in the Star Wars universe. Regardless, it was a fun mission because you play as Han Solo, and Han Solo is awesome. By the way, quick side note, as I didn't include this in the script, apparently this mission was a lead into a book. So apparently that's a thing. If I read the book, it'd be really cool, because I haven't read the book, it just annoyed me. But maybe I should read the book. Hell, this campaign just makes you want to read the books. Holy shit, it's a plot to make you read the books. The third mission I enjoyed was the last one, where you play as Kylo Ren, decades after the war between the Rebellion and the Empire. Kylo is led to Del Meeko and searches his mind to find the location of Lor San Tekka, who's the old guy at the beginning of Episode 7 that gives Poe Dameron the part of the map to Luke Skywalker. And this mission is so fucking good. It's shocking how good this mission is. Why couldn't all the missions be like this one? You're fighting through planets you've seen across all the movies, but it's all weird and dreamlike, and there's bits of lore dropped in. The whole thing is just so interesting and fun, and I didn't want it to end. But sadly, after that mission, the campaign did end. And by God, what a shitty ending it was. It basically just ends. It just ends. You feel like you just got punched in the face by the logo by how suddenly it appears in front of you. It's supposed to be some sort of cliffhanger, but the game did not earn it. Aww. Come on. You had the cliffhanger? Bloody dick. Come on. I knew it was gonna end like that. Oh, we go to fucking loot box, boys! Woo! So, the story sucks major buttholes. But what could have been done to prevent this travesty? Well, the problem I have with this campaign is the same problem I have with the prequels. And I know it may be cruel to group the campaign with the prequels. Anyway, the problem I had is that they both focused on the wrong characters. The prequel should have focused on Obi-Wan, and Battlefront 2 should have focused on anyone but Iden because she's a terrible character. But seriously, focus on Del for God's sakes. He was leagues more interesting than Iden. He actually had a backstory that we got to explore a bit and was likable and had personality. And if not Del, why not focus on the heroes and villains? All the missions where I was playing a character that wasn't Iden were more fun than the others. Why not tell a story about what these war heroes are doing after they've won what was arguably the biggest battle in the war at the time? But all in all, this campaign had its moments, but they were few and far between. I didn't mention the actual presentation, but it is a knockout. The graphics and the scenery, what you see with your eyeballs, all of it is a 10 out of 10. It's just the actual story that brings it down. Oh wait, I didn't even mention the gameplay. You shoot things, you defend points, and you occasionally fly around in a ship. Nothing really spectacular about it. The advertisements of this story being focused on the Empire were basically a lie. Not to mention there were parts in the trailers that were never in the story, like an Inferno Squad member holding a gun at Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is so woke, fam. Dab. Like an Inferno Squad member holding a gun at Luke Skywalker, and Iden giving a big speech to the Empire. And the story that was there had little to no weight to it, and was from the perspective of a complete idiot of a character that I never want to see again. But we all know she's going to return in Battlefront 3, especially due to the cliffhanger they left us on. Apparently there's a book with her in it. I don't know if she has a speck of character in that or not. But all I know is that she was as bland as an EA executive's personality in the game. DICE has never really been good at telling stories, but I thought they could do something better with the most popular IP on the market. Apparently I was wrong. So now, let us set our sights to Battlefront 3, where hopefully they can write an actual story that someone can give a fuck about. That is if EA doesn't look it inside a fucking loot box. Fuck off, EA.
I'm so happy the carbonite is gone. I'm moving on. I'm so happy that it's over now. The pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride. I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Solo. Picking up my plaster, putting it on my sign. I'm jumping in my falcon, putting me at my side. I'm solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Solo.